Stock tip. Best stock setups.
Hi and welcome to Stock Tip Daily Update with me, Marcel Todia. Today was pretty crazy. About half an hour before the begin of today's trading, the markets fell and fell. The day opened with a massive gap down here. And so we had all the positive signals we needed on our side, a nice gap up. We finished the day before above the 50 moving average, and all was looking the right way above the 50 moving average, above this trend line here. All was looking right, only to fall in an abyss today and open in an abyss. Well, the key today was keeping calm, because the market offered us a possibility to close our positions, or at least to take a little profits. Namely, we did open with a gap down, but I was able to pretty much close 60% of my initial position here in the SPY and take some profits here. And I did the same, but a little later, I must admit, in the Nasdaq, so a little later than I wanted to. I think I only did it here, and the same in the IVM. Then I let the rest of the position, so half of the IVM, half of the IVM doesn't start. So I let half of the IVM with a stop here. I've left 40% of the Nasdaq with a stop here, and I've left also 40% of the SPY with a left here, with a stop here. So all of them got closed today, a little later today. And so then I kind of regretted not taking all of the profits here. But you know, you never know. If the market would have closed on top today and would have offered us a continuation of this rally tomorrow, then I would have regretted it, and I would have said, damn it, I should have waited out. So I think I did the right thing. So I've moved my stop from here to here and assured that I'm still staying with a small profit, even if the position gets closed. And not to forget that I also closed 60% of the other ones. What happened to the rest of the positions? So Apple, I opened Apple pretty much on plus minus 0. So I think I closed at 175 or so, pretty much at plus minus 0. Then ADP with us, I closed it with a loss. Actually, I think I closed it here with a loss, with an obvious loss. AMD also, well, with a small, very decent loss. Amazon plus minus 0. HPE, I decided to close them all today and stay on the safe side. HPE, I still managed to close HPE with a nice profit, something less than my initial risk. I think NEO is still on. NEO and Plug, I think the both of them are still on, but I'm not really sure about it. But I think the both of them are still on. Then at the end of today's trading, I've seen then here in the daily chart an ascending triangle forming. So you see here, this is the base and this is the ascending triangle. And most importantly, if you take a look at the 15-minute chart, you have this trend line here, and we've kind of bounced above from the trend line. So I thought we bounced a little better. So I opened a small position again in the indexes. We shall see if we get a nice rebound tomorrow back to this resistance line. So basically what happened was that we didn't get a higher high like I told you yesterday. I've told you yesterday we have to wait or we have to get a higher high, and that's the last confirmation that we need for this rally. So we had a low, a high, a higher low, a higher high, a still higher low, and we closed the day before we closed here, so we still needed a higher high. Everything looked very well because we consolidated just underneath the resistance line, and we were bound to get a higher high today, but it wasn't meant to be. After this, then I also pretty much regretted not going short here after this vertical move, this parabolic move, and in the 5-minute chart, you could see this turning point, this obvious turning point here. So this would have been a nice entry here beneath this candle. So beneath this candle, and this would have been the risk here. So let me draw it for you. Damn it! So this would have been the risk, pretty much. And take a look at it. Take a good look at it. These would have been our profits today, so I regretted it a little. I think I would have stopped the position here, so I regretted it a little, but you can't help it. You can't be at your desk the whole time, and we are not professional traders, so yes, but not professional in the true meaning of the word, because we all have some other jobs or other hobbies, and we don't like to be every minute of every day at the desk and waiting for setups. Finally, I decided to buy back in about, I don't know, I think about here. So at the moment I'm slightly in plus. What will happen tomorrow? I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. You see this formation here in the SPY and in the Nasdaq and in the IVM, they all pretty much look the same, and not in the IVM something less. So you have this ascending triangle, and it begs the question: are we going to break out of this ascending triangle, or are we going to break down? If you're going to break down, then the next phase of the correction is bound to happen. If you're going to break above, then the rally continues. So it's just that simple. So we just have to be patient and to pay attention to what the markets are telling us and to the signals. On the other side, if you take a look at the weekly chart, we haven't had such a weekly chart in a long while. So I searched, but in a long while we didn't have such a weekly chart, and it kind of looks like a bounce here in the SPY. So it kind of looks like a bounce in the SPY, and like an outside reversal, and perhaps continuation of the correction. So I don't want to suppose anything. So take a look at the Nasdaq. It looks even more like a bounce, and then a continuation of the correction may be on the horizon, but you don't know. And the IVM, of course, is still catastrophic because we haven't conquered this line back, or we have, and now we've went back underneath it again. So these are all bad signals. That's why I am again almost all in cash, and we shall see what the markets are going to offer us next week. I think it's all about next week. I think tomorrow, so on Friday, won't be that much action, but that's just an educated guess and nothing more. So we shall see what happens tomorrow. Meanwhile, Euro to US dollar also had a crazy day here with a huge doji, so no one knows in which direction this is going. My portfolio is now, because I have such a huge cash quota again, my portfolio is pretty much in euros, and I'm leaving it in euros. I don't want to risk my money anymore. I will just simply wait and see what happens, and perhaps given the right opportunity, given the right setup, jump in. Oil is nearing the resistance line. Also a weekday today. Also still waiting for some momentum, still waiting for something to happen. Gold we've already decided we won't take gold in the daily chart. So in the weekly chart, it still needs some power, still needs some momentum, and probably we're going to see it tomorrow, to see the direction we're heading in tomorrow. Silver, the same thing, and then I don't want to hold you up any longer than needed, because the markets just don't want to play our way. Again, the strategy would be keep a huge cash quota and wait and see what happens. If we break out in the SPY above the base of this triangle, so this is the base, above the base of this triangle, then I think we would do it a rally. If we break down, then be ready be ready with a short or two, but I don't think the opportune moment is directly at the breakdown. I think we need a breakdown and a small pullback, because anything like today here, if you miss this spot, and also if you had missed this spot, there wasn't much possibility for a stop. So your stop would have had some huge range here, so range spread here, and that wouldn't leave too much room for a position. So our range would have been, allow me to change it, so our range would have been 55, 3, so not that much, but still suboptimal. So if you take a look at these candles here, they are much better, or these candles much better for a setup than these ones. We shall wait and see what happens tomorrow. So at the moment, if you haven't closed your position, then please, I hope you've still got your stop in place, and don't touch your stop anymore. That's why it's a stop. Let it stay. If your position gets closed, then it gets closed, and perhaps it saves some money. It saves you some money. If you don't have any stops, then probably it would be the right time to play sums. And in the meantime, just sit back and relax, and let's just see where we're heading, because we only need 1 or 2 good days to be able to make another 5 or 10%. And if we get agitated, then we are bound to lose 10 or 15%. So be in standby, and again, like always, if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you have any questions, then leave them in the comment section below. Okay, that's all for today. Now to the third part of our video.